Family, have you ever met someone and thought you fell in love from the first sight? Yo!
Where is Neva? Where is Neva? Where is Neva? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
This is another episode of Where Are You Romantically? And this is not where are you, but where am I romantically? And we're talking about the past. Because right now, currently, my romantic state, I don't want to talk about that right now. But we're going to talk about my past romantic state and where I was about 4 years ago when I took the solo month road trip. Hey family, hey, and welcome to another episode of Where is Neva? Are you mentally, financially, physically, romantically, artistically? Where are you? I hope once again that you're checking in with yourself, check in with your heart, check in with your family, check in with your mental, check in with your body, check in. Take the time right now to check in. Anyways, yo, this is another episode about my dating experience on my solo month road trip. Yes, we was dating and we was swiping and meeting people. When I was in Dallas on my solo month road trip, I fell in love. Oh, I fell in love. I wasn't lust. I don't know, but you guys have to tell me what you think it was because I really don't know if it was love or lust. Y'all ready for this story? This story's crazy. So I took my solo month road trip from Maryland to Seattle and I went the southern route, right? And so I stopped first in Atlanta where I went on a date out there. Y'all check out that video. And then I stopped in Dallas and went on a date out there as well. And when I went on a date out there, I told you I think I fell in love. So before we start this story, I need to tell you about the biggest lesson I learned on this journey. Okay, when I was dating in Dallas, the biggest lesson I learned was to trust your intuition. I talk about trusting your intuition all the time. And this experience helped me understand the importance of trusting my intuition and not thinking that I'm crazy or that I'm doing too much, but like, yo, trust it. So I'm gonna tell y'all this experience, but in the back of your mind, think about how you can start trusting your intuition a little bit more. So let's jump into it. Yo, so when I was in Dallas, I was staying with my auntie, and my auntie is love. I met my auntie maybe 6 years before this experience, so about 10 years ago. My grandfather had another daughter and she was my auntie, and I didn't know that I had aunties in Texas. And so when I went out there, I wanted to stay with her and spend time with her, but at the same time go explore Dallas. My auntie is definitely older than me, so she wasn't trying to be kicking it with me. Me and my aunties, so I have two aunties out there. Me and my aunties went out to eat. We went to one of my favorite restaurants out there called Papados, and we was eating. They started asking me about my dating life, and I was like, yo, I haven't been dating really, but on this road trip, I've been dating. And I'm actually on this dating site. And so I started telling them about the dating site and everything. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'm actually supposed to meet this guy today. He wants to meet me, but I want you guys to meet him first before we go on a date. They both were like, okay, cool. I told him come meet me at Papados and then we'll go hang out. Once again, like I told you last video, rule number one, get your people to know this person, all right? If that looks like taking a picture of the person's ID, if that looks like sharing your location, if that looks like showing your friends their Instagram or whatever social media profile, do that work, okay? Yes, we don't want people to be all in our business, but it's so important that we do our back end work. So I had my aunties meet this man, and they thought he was so cute, and he was so cute. I was so happy. You know what's a great feeling is when you are on these dating sites and you don't get catfished. When these men be looking like the men that they say they are. You know, so he was beautiful. And not only was he beautiful, he was an artist. He painted. And he was a full-time entrepreneur. Oh, I was so in love. I wasn't lust. But he was so cute. And my auntie's like, oh my gosh, well, you guys have fun. And I shared I shared the location. They didn't have, at the time, I don't think it was possible for me to share my location, but I told them where we're going. And he was like, yep, this is where we're going. So we went downtown Dallas, and we went to this like rodeo bar because I told him how I love being around black folks. So he took me to this rodeo bar, and he was like, since you ate, I'm about to eat some food. I said, okay, cool. So I'm watching these people dancing, grooving. He was eating his food, and we just was having a good time. I had a drink. He had a drink. We was laughing. We started talking about our artistry. I wasn't in the place where I was really selling my art besides doing paint and sip parties. So yes, you guys may not know that I do paint and sip parties. But he was selling his art to like athletes. Like he was painting on shoes and they were wearing their cleats on the football field. Like he was actually doing it. And I was just so inspired, impressed, amazed. And once again, he was fine. And so I was just like, yo, for you to even like me, I feel finer, okay? And so we was kiki ka-kaing and just having a good time. After that, we went to this bar. We walked around this bar and we were just laughing. And we just had a good time there. And we went just walking around downtown Dallas. And downtown Dallas is really nice. And people will be outside playing music. And it just was just a vibe. And I was just like, wow, this man is adorable. And so by the end of the night, I just wanted to hug and love on him, which I did. I hugged and loved on him, and we had a great time. So he took me back to my auntie's. I went there and I was just on this high, okay? Y'all, you know when you go on a great date and it's just like, wow, that was amazing. And I was just so happy. And while we were texting, he told me how he had a good time. I told him how I had a good time. And I told him how I want to paint with him. He's like, yeah, you're more than welcome. Just come to my place and we can paint together. I was like, yep, bet. And so I had some work to do and I wanted to go out to eat. So I did some work. I went out to eat by myself. And then he was like, well, you can come at this time. I was like, okay, cool. So I took my car, I packed up, and I went to his house. And before we painted, he allowed me to use his shirt because I didn't want to get my stuff dirty. So I changed shirts and we were getting everything ready. I brought some canvases that I was traveling with that I was okay with just letting him have after we painted. And we just were vibing. We were getting prepared. His brother was there. I met his brother and I thought it was a great time. But let me tell you this. I forgot this part. So the first time we hung out, we started talking about past relationships. And he told me how he just recently got out of a relationship. And I was like, okay, and how are you doing? He's like, I'm doing okay, but it was for the best. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I've been single for about 4 years now. Like, there's no other person. So if you're doing the best and you're working through it, I promise. Like, there's nothing for me to say. And he also said, well, me and her have an apartment together, but she's moved out. So I was like, okay, cool. So when he invited me to the place, I'm thinking she doesn't live there anymore. So we are painting. Or we're about to get ready to paint. I'm getting everything together. And I seen this man keep on looking out the window. And I'm like, what is he looking for? Like, what is he looking for? But I didn't say nothing. I'm just getting ready to paint because I'm really excited about this. Next you know, I hear some keys. And he is looking, and I'm looking at him. And the door opens, and this woman walks in. And she goes, oh, hell no. So you got somebody in my house? And my mouth, like my jaw broke. I was like, what is this? And she was going ballistic. She calling him all types of names. He ended up starting saying, baby, baby. I'm like, what the hell? Am I in a Maury television show? What is this? What is this? She was like, you got this ugly bee in my house. And I just started laughing. Like, just laughing. Because I didn't know what to do. Like, at this point, sis is mad. You can say whatever you need to say to express your feelings. I'm not going to call you out your name, nor am I going to talk about the way you look. So, whatever. You got it. But right now, for me to get all this energy out, I'm going to laugh because I don't know what else to do from this. And I'm not about to fight you. So, whatever. And I was like, okay, bet. The first thing in my mind was like, go upstairs to go get my stuff. Because my stuff was there because I changed my shirt to paint. And he's over there trying to calm her down. She's like, okay, and she's about to go upstairs. What's she doing upstairs? And so I told her, I said, I need to get my stuff so I can leave. She was like, okay, bet, go get your stuff. I said, cool, fine. So I went upstairs. I went to the bathroom to go change my shirt. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, it was like an Issa Rae moment. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, sis, if you gonna fight, what you gonna do? Like, you ready to fight? Like, what are we about to do? Are we really about to fight? Geneva, do you even know how to fight? Are we really about to fight right now? And my mind was going crazy. And I'm just like, this is too much. Like, I did not sign up for this. My only thing was I thought I was in love and we were supposed to be painting. I didn't think I was about to get all the extraness. Yo, I was getting extraness. And so here she comes up the stairs. And I'm like, shit, okay, what's about to happen? I don't know. I'm walking out of the bathroom. She's yelling at me saying, he didn't tell you who I am? I said, yeah, you're his ex. And she was like, yeah, I'm his ex, but you in my house and da-da-da-da. I said, first of all, I didn't know this was your house. I thought you moved out. I did not know your name was on the lease. He didn't tell me all that. I said, I understand. I apologize. I'm just going to get my stuff so I can leave. There's nothing she could do at this point. I wasn't about to egg her on. I wasn't about to get upset with her because sis had complete reason to be upset. But I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. The person in the wrong is Mr. Fine Boy himself. Okay? He did not give me no clarity of what the situation was. Besides, it was his ex. And I don't know. So anyways, I'm getting my stuff. He tells his brother to help me pack my car. So I was really nice. So he gets my stuff, helps me pack my car. And now I get in the car, have all my stuff, and I'm crying because it just was so much going on. And I'm not someone who's going to express my rage so much out of anger to just anybody. It depends on the person and who it is. But I'm working on that. I am really working on that. But I had to let my emotions go. So I cried. And he's texting me. It's like, I'm so sorry. I cannot have anything. In my back of my mind, I'm like, but you're calling her baby. So that there's something still there. There's something still there. So therefore, I don't know what it is. He's like, wow, the whole conversation, he was explaining the situation. And I was sad for him. I'm not going to lie. Because I really thought I liked him. And I really did like him. I know it wasn't love, but I really did like him. I like him. But I only liked him for the short period of time I knew him. And so I was trying to calm him down with the conversation was very manipulative. He was guilt tripping and like making it seem like his problems were bigger than the situation himself, and not really listening to what I was going through or even what she was going through, when it literally was three of us in this situation. But he was centering himself as in, she doesn't allow him to have anything. She doesn't allow him to do anything. And it just was like, but dude, you didn't tell me that this woman lives there. And that shit is not cool. Even if she moved out for a couple of days, that's still her home. You told me, in my mind, and maybe I didn't ask clarifying questions, in my mind, I'm thinking that she was gone for good because you said you was single for a few months now. But anyways, that's here or there. I would say, once again, my biggest lesson from that whole story was listen to my intuition. And the reason why I say that even clearer now is that even in that situation, I thought I liked him so much that there's a part 2 to this story. So if you want to hear part 2 of this story, I need you all to comment part 2, please. And I can tell y'all the second part because once again, it gets crazier. Y'all, tell me what y'all think. I am learning. Dating is a journey, and dating has a lot of mistakes. And I'm learning, and I would say that I am better at this dating situation than I was 4, 5, 6+ years ago. Even last year, I'm better. And I'm very, very happy that I am. And the reason why I'm better with dating is because I know myself more. I constantly check in with myself, even when I'm on dates. Like, how am I feeling in this moment? You know? So my next video, I'm going to talk to you all about lessons I learned in dating, but also safety tips while dating, especially when you're dating abroad. I am a person that is double thumbs up for dating abroad and meeting people abroad. Yes, there is definitely safety tips you should take and consider while doing it, because dating, regardless of where you're at, can be hard and difficult and scary, but definitely can be worth it at the same time. I love you all so much, family. Thank you for coming to another episode of Where is Neva, where I am talking y'all about my dating experience while traveling. See you next time. Bye.
Where is Neva? Where is Neva?